Your Credit Matters segment today being brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. The tiny behavioral shifts can lead to big changes in your finances. Let's take a look at what we got here. Put 6 months of emergency savings aside. Save your retirement. Have a budget. Save more than you spend. You're likely well aware of the basic tenets of sound financial habits and what you should be doing with your money to take care of past, present, and future you. But actually doing those things is an entirely different story. When you go out and put money on credit, all you're doing is saying, I'm taking money from the future Ron and giving it to the current Ron. Just the way it is. You may not be Ron, but whatever your name is. So why do we make illogical choices about our money that aren't in our best interests? The reason can be partly chalked up to behavioral economics, the merger of psychology and economics. We'll go over a few of these cognitive distortions and how to build solid habits to improve our overall money situation. Putting things off until tomorrow. We plan to start our diets tomorrow and plan to behave better in the future, says Scott Rick, a behavioralist scientist and associate professor of marketing at the University of Michigan's Ross School of Business and author of Tightwads and Spendthrift, Navigating the Money Minefield in Real Relationships. Tomorrow always becomes today, and we start that process over again. But we always have less willpower than we plan to have. In turn, we end up putting off those changes that can help us getting our head around how credit scores work, setting up an emergency savings account, or speaking to a financial advisor on our retirement goals, just to name a few. Going for the short-term gain instead of long-term reward, a handful of studies show that the brain is wired to choose immediate gratification over a long-term reward. Why is that? In part, it's because when it comes to decisions that have to do with immediate rewards, the brain is more heavily influenced by neural systems linked with emotion. Quote, we have a lot of lofty plans, but there are just immediate temptations that loom larger than future benefits of restraining ourselves, unquote. Things happen at any later point than now we tend to care less about. The perception that you don't know enough to get started, with the litany of personal finance books, publications, and talking heads out there, it's easy to feel like you don't know enough. Plus, you might feel overwhelmed and not sure where to get started with making moves to better your finances. Someone might not feel they have the financial literacy required to do something meaningful with their money. Many people would score well on financial literacy quizzes, but if you ask them, how many questions do you think you got right? They underestimate how well they did. Some people feel this stuff is daunting, and they don't realize they're actually capable of navigating it. Take the quiz, rsrlinks.com/FHIQ. rsrlinks.com/FHIQ. What can you do about it? Now that you've got over some of the cognitive distortions and biases about your finances, here are some tips on making small moves. It's minor shifts you can make today that lead to long-term changes that can lead to major improvements. Add barriers to your spending. As they say, make it hard to do the wrong thing and easy to do the right thing. To curb overspending, put up speed bumps. When you throw up these speed bumps, it'll make it harder for you to spend. For instance, delete your credit card info from online platforms like Amazon and your favorite online retailers, or unlink your PayPal account. Train yourself to be financially prudent. Individuals who are financially prudent have a tough time spending and can actually feel pain when they part with their money. These behaviors can help you slow down your spending. You can also slow down your spending by entering all your physical receipts into a spreadsheet. Sounds burdensome? That's the point. Plus, it'll help you remember what you spent your money on. Having someone who can help you keep tabs on your spending can help you stay on track with your goals. For instance, you can touch base about once a week with an accountability partner, a friend, partner, family member, spouse, on how much you spend on discretionary purchases, or maybe you can give a weekly update of your savings or debt payoff goals. These check-ins don't need to be extensive by any means. How about automating your savings? Yeah, that's a little good way of doing it as well. When you're overwhelmed by your money, automating your savings can give you an emotional boost and help you make long-term changes, and it doesn't have to be a significant amount. Even starting with a few bucks a week can add up over several months. The key is to get the ball rolling and lay the groundwork for your savings goals. That way, when you're feeling more confident and are raking in more income, You'll be able to save more and see the benefits of it. Get a financial audit, check your progress on paying off debt, review progress on your emergency fund, check your FICO score, that's cleanall3.com. Get your free credit report, look into new bank accounts that might be better fit for your needs. Shop for better auto and homeowners insurance. Shop for everything once a quarter. Auto insurance, your cell phone bills, your cable bills, all of those things. Do them all. That is your Credit Matters segment brought to you by creditsanitizer.com.